So the first thing we want to do is to set up our reminder email and our video notification email sequence in AWeber. And you can see here that I've got a sequence of 6 emails that go out to the subscriber, 3 reminder emails and 3 video notification emails. So let's go to AWeber, and you can see I've created a list to hold this campaign, and you can see that in my follow-up series here I've got a sequence of 3 emails for the reminders. I've then got a spacer, which I'll cover in a moment, and then our 3 video notification follow-ups. Now, the spacer email is really just there to help us separate the reminder sequence from the video sequence. And this lets you use one list to contain a campaign. It's quite nice to keep it all tidy in one AWeber campaign. So the spacer email, you can see, is set to go out 999 days after the last reminder. So effectively it's not going to get ever sent to the subscriber. And we're going to use this automation event to move them off this list if they've sat on reminder 3 too long. And then you can see that after the spacer, video 1 is set to send shortly after the spacer message goes out. Well, the spacer message is never going to go out because our link event will tell AWeber that the spacer is the last email they've received, so that they're ready to get the first video notification email. Let me show you how that gets set up. So going to AWtomator, just for the purposes of this demo, what I've done is I've disconnected my AWtomator and AWeber accounts just to show you the connection process that you have to go through the very first time that you use your AWtomator account. This is a one-time linking process that lets your AWtomator account talk to your AWeber account. So let me just connect using the button here. And what happens is it goes off to AWeber and it asks you to confirm that AWtomator by Cogmentus Limited is allowed to access your account. So all you do is you enter your login details and you click the Allow Access button, and then you're taken back to AWtomator and your account will be connected. You can see your AWtomator account connected to AWeber OK. You can then click the refresh button, and what this does is it queries AWeber and pulls down all the details of your current list. So we'll do that now. And it just takes a second to do that. And you can see that we have 23 AWeber lists. So anytime you add a list or you make significant changes to follow-up sequences, you might need to click the refresh button there just to let AWtomator have updated information. So let's get stuck into making these events, and we'll start off making the link event. If you remember, this is going to be a link in these reminder emails that's going to jump them forwards to effectively the spacer email that we created so that they're ready to get video notification number 4 here as soon after they click the link. So let's go in now, and what we want to do is click over here to add an event. So the first thing you want to do is give it a descriptive name. So this is our demo link event. Okay, and then you have to tell AWtomator which of your AWeber lists that this event relates to. So in this case, it's our demo campaign. The third thing you do is to pick the type of event, and this is our link event, but you can also choose automation and page. We'll show you those in a moment. So in this case, we're going to choose a link event, and we click next. Now, because it's a link event, there are some link specific settings. The key one here is the destination URL, which is where the link will send the subscriber to. In this case, I'm going to pick one of our blog posts. You can see you've also got options to set if and when the link should expire. So you can choose never. In this case, that's what we're going to do. But you can also expire links after a fixed time, or you can expire at a certain time after they first use the link. And if you have an expiring link, you can then set where you want the link to redirect to after it's expired. The next thing you can then set is how long you want to wait after the event fires, after the link is clicked, before you perform the action. In this case, we're going to take them straight away. And what we're going to do is we're going to set the last follow-up message received. And I click Next. You can see here I've got a list of all the emails in that follow-up sequence. And what I want to do is I want to set the spacer email as the last message received when the link's clicked. So the next email the subscriber gets will be the one after we've set here. So we set the spacer, so the next email that AWeber will send them will be our video 1 notification. Now, I can also optionally tag the subscriber. I'm going to say demo campaign and finish. So you can see you're all done. The link event is created and it gives you the details of the link event. It's a link called AWtomator demo campaign. You can see where it links to. It sets the subscriber's last received message to message number 4, which is our spacer email, and it adds the tag demo campaign to the notes field. Here's the link that's actually going to trigger it, so you can copy that link, and then what you do is you basically paste that link into each of your reminder emails. Let's do this one as an example just to show you. I'm going to highlight the words quick video, and then you click the link button and you paste in the link. And because it's got this personalization variable in the email here, it gets a little confused, so you just have to set the protocol back to HTTP. And then you see it goes green, and you can click OK, and it's done. We can click Next, any other settings that you want to set, and save. And that's your link event done. Just one more thing to note, every event you create by default is set to be inactive. You have to activate it in order for it to work. So we just go back to our AWtomator and we're just going to click the little toggle here and set the event to active. You can see here the demo link event is now active. So that was a really easy way of getting that link event sorted. We now have the automation events to think about. So let's do this one for the purposes of the demo. This one will work exactly the same way, so we won't need to do it, but I'll just show you creating the if they didn't click the link, take them to a different campaign automation event. So again, we go over to our AWtomator, click add event, and I'm going to call it demo demo automation didn't click. The list that we're attaching this event to is our demo campaign, and this time it's an automation event. So again, click next, and now we get to configure when this automation event will be triggered. So we want to trigger the event if they've gone through reminder 1, 2, and 3. So they're sat on reminder 3, waiting 999 days to get to the spacer. So let's say the last message they got was reminder number 3 here. And we can also set a delay. So if we wanted to wait for, say, 7 days after they got that third reminder, if they still haven't clicked the link after 7 days, we're assuming they're not going to. So let's use this automation event to move the subscriber to a different list. In this case, for demo purposes, I'm going to set the AWtomator beta list and click next. Now, because you're moving or copying, you also got the ability to set the message that they receive. Now, the beta campaign list that I've got in this example doesn't have any follow-ups yet, so there's no, you can either pick message 0, which means that as soon as you add a follow-up, they'll get it, or you can set message 1001, which blocks subscribers from receiving any follow-ups. I'm going to leave it at message number 0. These are AWeber message specific codes, 0 and 1001. I'm going to set 0 for this example. And then again, we can set a tag. We can say demo no click, because we're going to tag them to let us know that they didn't click any of the reminder links for this demo. We can finish, and that's it. Automation events have nothing to paste in anywhere. They just work as soon as they're activated. So let's activate it, and we're done. So that's this automation event fired. It waits until the subscriber's been on this reminder email number 3 for a week, and then it scoops them off to, in our case, our AWtomator beta list. Now this automation event would work exactly the same way. I'm not going to run through it for the sake of time, but you would say that if they were sat on the last message or video email reminder 3, which is message number 7 after the spacer, for a number of days, then send them on somewhere else. The final one I want to show you is the page view event. So again, we add an event, demo purchase product. Again, this event is attached to our demo campaign, and this time it's a page event. So when I click next this time, the trigger will be when the page is viewed. I can choose to wait any number of days and then perform one of our actions. In this case, I'm going to immediately, so 0 days, as soon as the event is fired, I'm going to move them to our AWtomator customers list. Click next. And then on that list, I get to set, again, the message number they're on. Now, the customers list currently doesn't have any follow-ups in the sequence, so I can either choose to start at message 0 so that next time I add a follow-up they'll get it, or I can choose to block them from receiving any follow-ups. Let's leave it at message 0 for the demo, and I'm going to tag them as having purchased the demo, so that if I want to send out a broadcast to those particular subscribers, I can do that. Let me finish this particular event. So whichever page they would uniquely get to after they've made a purchase, you would put this particular piece of code on that page, and that will trigger this page view event to occur. And again, as with all events, they're inactive by default, so you just click the button at the bottom to activate it, and you're done.